Welcome again to another Sparkster Inc. production, and welcome again to another episode of Raw Live Commentaries. Now, as you all know, the big announcement from the end of last week's show, in fact, the only thing that happened from last week's show was the announcement of The Rock versus John Cena at WrestleMania 28. Now, with that said, the big question is, will there be any follow-up to it? Are they really going to spend a whole year building this feud up? And are they going to do anything else other than promote The Rock versus Cena? The biggest problem that I've seen with WWE storylines recently is that the one personality gained the biggest push in the entire company has been Michael freaking Cole, of all people. So it's time for us to tune in and find out. So Cena wants to be WWE champion by the time he faces The Rock next year. That's pretty interesting. So Randy Orton just came out. So is he going to be one of the obstacles in Cena's path? With all due respect, we've seen this storyline before. John Morrison's coming out now? Alright, well, this is a bit of a surprise. It's kind of the odd man out in this triangle. Oh! Vicky Guerrero's coming out with Dolph Ziggler. Finally, they've got them doing something other than tag matches with Divas. Yeah, what's up? R-Truth is coming out now? R-Truth of all people. He wants a challenge for the championship? The truth is, you have not been a main event caliber wrestler since returning to WWE. That's what's up. So Michael Cole, the anonymous Raw GM, just announced a 5-man Gauntlet match for who will be the #1 contender for the WWE title. I predict Cena will overcome the odds again and be that #1 contender. They'll probably even put him first in the pecking order. I'm watching a vignette for Awesome Kong, and we can tell it's Awesome Kong because of the dreadlocks. You can tell the dark skin tone and those very long fingernails. She just knocked the head off a doll. So I guess they're gonna try to push her as some kind of psychotic character of sorts. So one of the Bella twins walked out with the WWE Divas Championship. Rather short match, nothing memorable about it other than the fact that the one Bella twin helped the other Bella twin win the title by distracting the champ. I mean, that's the thing with the Divas. There really isn't one specific Diva that stands out from the other. There's a good reason why none of these Divas have been getting a major push. The fact that really they're really how do I say this, interchangeable. I wonder if they're being self-aware. Eve just mentioned that all Divas are the same. Pretty much. Oh, here comes Cara. He's making his debut appearance. Finally, we get to see what all the hype's about. He looks 196, and he doesn't even have the muscular frame that most of the other WWE stars have. I have a bit of an issue with his ring entrance. You might want to think of something different. I mean, one of these days he's gonna botch it. He's gonna pull a Shockmaster and botch that ring entrance. He might want to come up with something new. WWE's doing something right when the fans is already starting to chant his name. Primo's got Sin Cara and the rest hold. I mean, Primo looks much bigger. I mean, he's got far more muscular frame. Even though he's the jobber. I wonder if JR is going to ask Sin Cara to enhance his body a little bit more. A little reference from beyond the mat there. Oh my god! He just countered Primo's power bomb attempt into a power bomb of his own. That is just impressive. Oh, yeah, you punish him for botching your move. You got a mulligan here. Oh my God! Look like a hybrid move, like a moonsault combined with an arm drag. It's a good thing Sin Cara didn't botch the actual move itself the first time. That was Primo's fault for. Well, even though it was against the Jobber, and even though the Jobber Primo almost botched Sin Cara's debut, still was very impressive. It's a very good reason why Sin Cara had that match against Primo. As the display is a full arsenal of Hurricane Ranas and head scissors. It's a very good match. Very impressive display of high flying moves. You know, Corre did not look good last week, getting buried by Cena and The Rock. Wade Barrett already distancing himself from the other guys. Here's an odd bunch: Santino, Mark Henry, Evan Bourne, and Daniel Bryan. Apple, allied people, powered, loathing everything. Ugh. So we got a faction led by Santino Marella challenging the Core, and he calls this faction the Apple. Apple Core. Get it? Ah! Oh, that's so hilarious. The one thing that's really hilarious about this is that we're going to see the Core get buried even further. That was a bit of a surprise there. Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater teaming up to get the win for the Core, and making sure that they don't get buried any further than they already are. Even though there are already hints that they're falling apart at the seams. Jack Swagger 3, the epic trilogy, finally comes to its conclusion. Seriously, no. I mean, this is a good reason to take a bathroom break. I mean, is there any reason why Jack Swagger is going to win this match? Do you know that Jerry Lawler still has a score to settle with Michael Cole? There's just no way Jack Swagger comes out with the victory. Well, I thought the Core was going to get buried even further last night. I was wrong, but I know I'm not going to be wrong about Jack Swagger. Oh my God. There's no logic to that match at all. Oh my God. So that's how the match ends. Michael Cole gets assaulted by JR. Jack Swagger tries to come in and help, and then Jerry Lawler rolls him up from behind and gets the pin. Good Lord. Swagger pretty much dominated that entire match, and one very lucky break and one very big lapse in wrestling logic, and Jerry Lawler gets to have his revenge on Michael Cole. That's nice. Oh my God, Michael Cole just slapped Jack Swagger, and Swagger lets him get away with it. Are you kidding me? Just when you think they couldn't torture Jack Swagger any further, now he has to team up with Michael Cole against Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Well, the only thing extreme about that match is it's going to be extremely crappy.